louder, Lori.
Okay, can you hear me back there? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so it's 6:30. We're going to get started. Try to get out of here on time. I just wanted to say that it's good to see you all back. It's always good to be back because we feel like we're back with our people, you know, back with like-minded people. So it's good to see you again. We are glad to have Trish back. She's back after 3 months. We're so glad.
Yay!
She's actually been vacationing and she chose to come back here. So makes us question her sanity a little, but so you all know, yet again, we continue to face what sometimes feels like just overwhelming evil and corruption. And the enormity of all of it makes it hard to find a focal point, you know, what we want to concentrate on. So we need to continually remind ourselves that the truth is greater than lies, that goodness is always greater than evil, and that we, the people, still have the power to control the fate of our country. We can do that with our works and also with our words, with what we speak to each other and to others that may not agree with us. The following, I'm going to read a little something that my sister actually shared with me, and I want to share it with you, and then I'm going to hand the mic over to Trish. This was written by a rabbi, but some of you may recognize a part of it from the book of Micah in the Bible. And it says, "Do not be daunted by the enormity of the world's grief. Walk humbly now. Act justly now. Love mercy now. You are not expected to complete the entire work, but neither are you free to abandon it." So I thought that that was very pertinent, what we're going through. So I'm going to hand the mic to Trish.
Those were moving words. Thank you. Mine won't be quite as moving. I want to welcome everybody. We're here. We welcome everybody, right? Everyone's welcome here. Different perspectives, different experiences. We value everybody, and everybody's contribution is important. And we want to thank you for spending your valuable time with us here this evening. How many first-timers do we have? Any? Awesome. Awesome. Welcome. Welcome. We have a couple of tech things to update you on. Amanda's going to go over these for you. We are very blessed to have some really good tech people. Amanda's one. And Brad.
All right, so if you want to get text alerts, you just scan the QR code and you will get notifications. It'll be from Brad when our meetings are going on. If we have an action kind of pop up, any of that stuff, you will get a text about it. Now, you can't, like, if you respond to it, we are not able to respond to the text. So if you have questions, we need you to go, like, you can go to our Facebook, or you can go to any of our social medias. You can email us. I'm getting ready to talk about Linktree, so you can get us on that as well. Because that's what I'm doing, right? Go to Linktree. Okay. Okay, now we got our registration QR code. This will kind of get you in our system. And then this is the Linktree QR code. It's just kind of one QR code for everything. It is, you don't have to download an app. You don't have to sign up for anything. You can scan it. It'll have email contacts for all of us. It will have all of our social media. We will update it periodically with different things. If you want to get into our like Signal chat groups, we have all the stuff on there. It's just one simple place for everything. All right, got it?
Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. Okay, this is our agenda. We're going to move through it as quick as we can so that we'll have plenty of time to talk amongst ourselves and
Bingo.
Bingo, that's right. So, first thing on the agenda, the treasurer report from Sue Ellen.
Thank you, Trish. This is going to be short and sweet. I want to thank everybody who's made a donation, whether it's online or a cash donation. I appreciate each and every one of them. I'm proud to tell you that we have enough coming in recurring monthly donations to cover our base expenses and maybe have a little bit extra for buying materials and other things that we need. So we thank you for that. We have set out a cash donation jar, and right now it's sitting behind Brad. But I'm not going to ask you for any donations tonight. I know this is going to take everybody by surprise. Because there is so much going on in the world and in our community right now. This is December. We just passed Thanksgiving. Christmas is coming up. We've got Christmas gifts and kids and concerts and meals to worry about, and then we have the new year. Our heating bills are going up, our electric bills are going up, food is going up, everything is going up. So instead of donating to us tonight, if you haven't already, I'm going to ask you to reach out to one of our community members. We have, and I can't speak for Washington County, but I'm sure we've got some Washington County folks here to tell me. I'm going to talk about are slowly getting back to feed, but the need for food hasn't stopped. There are organizations that will be holding special dinners on Christmas Day for those in need, and also those that just want a place to have Christmas with somebody else. We have other organizations that help out with coats and gloves and whatnot for the homeless, such as the House to Home. We've got the 2 evening shelters that are going to be filling up quickly with these cold. Make your money count. Do something nice for a neighbor or even somebody that you don't know. This is how we build community. This is how we regain our nation. And I'm going to give you a quote from one of my favorite singers and songwriters, and this is his direct quote, not mine. We're all in this shit together. And the only way we get out of it is together. So make your choices wisely, help our community, and let's grow this organization. Thank you.
Thank you for your hard work, Sheila. All right, we've got a communication experience with, who's going to do that? Meryl and Amanda, right?
Meryl first.
Meryl's not here.
Wait a minute, we don't have Meryl?
I didn't see her, and I don't see Eric either.
It's going to be short.
Well, that one. Do you have anything you want to do? You want to wait till?
We'll wait. We'll just do it January.
We can do that. I'm saving all kinds of time already. All right. Legislation on education. There she is. She's hiding back in the back.
A few weekends ago, I was given the opportunity to do a presentation on the impact that state legislation has on education. This was a presentation that I gave to a group of educators at WVUP, and so I wanted to just take a moment to try to brush over some of it with you all. I'll try to do it quickly, but I changed a couple things because it was originally intended for educators, so I'll try to just touch on the points that I think are most relevant to this group of people. So whenever talking about legislation's impact on education, I think it's important to refresh ourselves on the framework of how our education system is set up. The Article 12, Section 1 of the West Virginia Constitution states that the legislature shall provide by general law for a thorough and efficient system of free schools, and this was also held up by the Supreme Court in 1979 and 1984. The Board of Education is a constitution. The Constitution established the State Board and the State Superintendent as constitutional officers who do not owe their existence to any other body of government. The State Board has broad supervisory authority over county school system, and the State Board holds the power to enact rules and regulations governing public education within the framework of the laws passed by the legislature. The state legislature has been attempting to revoke the Board of Education's role and their constitutional authority since 1988, roughly. That's the first time that the legislature passed a statute to attempt to require the board to get legislative approval to enact policies and rules. And that was taken to the Supreme Court in the same year, 1988, and the court held that the statute was unconstitutional since it interfered with the state board's constitutional authority. And in 1989, because of the constitutional authority, Governor Gaston Caperton introduced a proposal to take the state board's constitutional status away. The proposed amendment was placed on voters' ballots in 1989 and was defeated by a vote of 29,000 for versus 220,000 against. In 2022, the legislature passed a resolution to put a measure on the ballot to amend the West Virginia Code to require the state board to submit its rules and policies to the legislature for review. This was also put on the ballot in 2022 and was defeated by a vote of 275,000 for or against and 200,000 for. And then in 2025, during the 2025 legislative session, the legislature passed a bill that would require all legislative rules enacted by the board to first be authorized by the Legislative Oversight Committee on Education Accountability. Despite the many times that that's been attempted previously, and the amount of times that the people have voted against it, they have still passed a bill that would require it. So some quick facts about the West Virginia public education system as it stands right now. West Virginia ranks number 48 in the nation for average teacher salary in both K through 12 and higher education. Since the 2017-2018 school year, West Virginia public school enrollment has dropped 10.9%. Enrollment dropped 1.7% between 2023 and 2024 alone. Over 70 West Virginia public schools have closed since 2019. West Virginia's total per pupil spending of $14,575 is nearly $2,000 less per student than the national average. So, given those facts about where our education system currently stands, I think it's important to review what our legislation is doing. And the best way to do that is to look at the bills that were passed and that were not passed during the last session. I'm not going to go into everything super deeply, but there were, I think, 1,000 education bills introduced during the 2025 session. So the ones that were taken to the floor to be voted on, you would think would be important and impactful. Here are a few bills that were introduced to the legislature but were never advanced, just to kind of give you an idea of what we could have had passed. First was the Senate Bill 471. This was a bill aimed to change the funding formula to provide additional funding according to the types of students served by school districts. So example would be students from low-income families, students with disabilities, students in rural schools, and this would have made it more equitably funded. Senate Bill 906, creating community school funding formula revision. This was regarding all of the school closures. It would require the Department of Education to review the school closures and propose legislative changes for the current school funding formula that may have been able to prevent them. And then another one regarding the school aid formula after that. House Bill 2838 would have mandated county boards of education to provide feminine hygiene products in all public, elementary, middle, and high schools for female students. This one is a favorite of mine. House Bill 2476 provide 25% pay increase for all teachers, and then a few more regarding teacher salaries. And so, these were the bills that were advanced and did pass. Senate Bill 280, displaying official U.S. motto in West Virginia schools, requires all of West Virginia schools to display a durable poster of the United States national motto, "In God We Trust." Senate Bill 154, prohibiting sexual orientation instructions in West Virginia public schools. House Bill 3209, to provide at least one counselor for every 250 students in public schools and public charter schools. This one was a good bill when it was first introduced. However, once it was amended, it removed all of the funding that would have been provided to hire school counselors. So basically, this bill was passed requiring the school counselors to be provided with no funding to hire them.
That's West Virginia.
And then Senate Bill 914, relating to the testing and attendance requirements for private schools, removed the requirement for private and religious schools to maintain student performance on testing above a certain level. Which brings me to the Hope Scholarship, and that is why that bill was passed. The Hope Scholarship is something I've talked about before, but it is a education saving account program that allows private schools and homeschool families to utilize the state portion of their education funding on private school tuition or homeschool needs. There's really not a lot of limitations on what they can spend the funds on. A lot of it is spent out of state even. Currently, only children entering kindergarten or currently enrolled in public school for at least 45 days are eligible to participate. But starting in July of 2026, the program will expand to all students in West Virginia, regardless of if they are already enrolled in private or homeschool. Anyone in the state can use it. There's no enrollment cap, there's no funding restrictions, no income eligibility. It is just a free-for-all. So the Hope Scholarship was introduced as a way for low-income families to have school choice and to be able to afford to attend a private school if they wanted to. However, the average cost of private school tuition in West Virginia is $2,000 more than the amount awarded through the Hope Scholarship Program. So even if the families used it, they would still be paying roughly $2,000 out of pocket just for tuition. So this isn't a program that's being used by low-income families. It is primarily used by families who were already enrolled in private education. A lot of them take advantage of the 45-day rule, and they'll enroll their kid for 45 days and then pull them back out just so they can get the scholarship. And that is something that the treasurer, the state treasurer, admitted to himself. And he said that his office believes that only about 10% of the more than 10,000 students who received the Hope Scholarship were enrolled in public school before transferring to private or homeschool settings. And I have a chart here on the Hope Scholarship enrollment numbers and the cost and how it has grown since it first began, which is a lot. And it's going to get worse next year because of the expansion. $244 million is what it's expected to cost next year. During the 2025 legislative session, the Hope Scholarship received $24.6 million from general revenue and $9.1 million from lottery revenue in the budget bill. However, because it's expanding, the governor also had to introduce 2 supplemental appropriation bills near the end of session. These bills appropriated an additional $28.4 million and $33.8 million. I think it's Arizona. They have a similar program to the Hope Scholarship. Theirs started in 2011, and in 2021 they expanded it universally, like we're expected to do next year. And I can't remember what the number is for how much it's costed them. The expansion has costed them, but it's gotten to the point now where it's costing so much money that not only is it pulling money away from their public schools, but it's now pulling money away from other services. I know it's pulling money away from their water and road services and other community services. I think SNAP was one of them. So this isn't something that is just going to affect education and the public education system once it continues to grow. Eventually, they're going to have to start pulling money from other programs. So, what can we advocate for during the 2026 legislative session? Quality pay and benefits for school employees and educators, updating the school funding formula to meet the funding requirements of our public schools, stopping the eligibility expansion of the Hope Scholarship in July, and most importantly, establishing guardrails for the Hope Scholarship program, enrollment and cost caps, income limits, location requirements for schools. Ideally, it would probably be best for us to not have it at all until if we ever became a state that has thriving public education system. But, you know, for now, I don't think that's feasible. So the least we could do is advocate to establish guardrails for the enrollment and the cost that's going into the program. And that's all I have today. Thank you.
Will you answer questions?
Yeah.
Are you prepared to answer questions?
It depends on what question it is. I'll do my
I
best.
have several questions. I'm into this.
Okay.
How much? Is there any study being done? Is there any guardrail as recall? I don't think there is, but correct me, is anything going on toward the process of homeschool parents collecting their $5,000 as an anti-poverty measure? They're using it for food and gasoline and other things, pretending to homeschool their children. As I understand it, the homeschool children are no longer required to take a standardized test at any point in their educational progress.
So for the homeschool, for the Hope Scholarship, and I think just homeschool in general, they do have a form that they have to fill out at the end of the year where they have to have a licensed teacher sign on
Portfolio
it.
review, right?
Right, yeah. Now, there are some limitations on what you can buy. I don't think, I know for sure that the website for the Hope Scholarship states that you can't use it on food or gas for traveling for like a field trip. They can use it on all kinds of other things like tablets and dance classes and horseback riding lessons, but food and gas and clothing, those are all off limits unless it's like a clothing attire for your private school.
But is there any monitoring of that? Is there any built-in monitoring?
Not that I'm aware of.
I think I can answer that if you don't mind. You have to, when you make a purchase, you have to do it through a program called TheoPay, and they have to approve it.
Oh,
If it's not on the list of approved items, it doesn't get paid for. So there shouldn't be anybody just taking $5,000.
So this is a drawdown situation. You draw down an account. You don't get a check. Which
Right,
you then
you do not get a check.
you can use it outside of that for like extracurricular activities, but they do have to be an approved educator or
Yeah.
I know Discovery World on Market. They can use it for a membership there because Discovery World on Market has to fill out the paperwork to be able to receive those funds.
Yeah, they have a list of approved vendors.
Yeah, you can go on their website and see all of the approved
I know you,
vendors.
as a homeschool parent, they've got a panoply of things they can buy. This curriculum for their child or that curriculum
That's
for
right.
their child.
There's a lot. There's a
a lot.
whole lot.
I understand there's a lot of
Yeah.
support, a lot of institutional support for homeschooling.
Yeah, I understand that if you have Hope Scholarship funds, you can actually enroll in an out-of-state school, so that money goes out of
Oh,
state.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's no restriction on that currently.
Not at all.
We have a lot of West Virginia students going across the river. Yeah. And who else? And who knows what else?
So we're funding education in other states.
Yeah.
Here we've got a lot of kids going across to Veritas, right? In Marietta.
Do we have any idea what percentage of those funds are going out of state?
I think the last number I read was more than $1 million. I don't know what exactly the number. We haven't had an updated report since 2023, I think. So that one is kind of outdated, but I think it's quite a bit because not only are they going out of state physically, but online school as well. And some of those are out of state. I think Maryland is one of the biggest ones.
Question.
Yes.
So with the amount of money that's coming from the Hope Scholarship, is it all state funding or is some of it grant driven?
All of it is taxpayer
Our taxpayer dollars.
money. Yep, all of it.
So years ago, they had the Hope Scholarship for high school students to use in college. Is that still?
That's not the.
Are you thinking of the Promise?
Promise.
See? And that's where they get, I think that they named it that on purpose to get people mixed up because the Promise is a scholarship for college, but the Hope Scholarship is completely different. But it's super similar, and I think a lot of people get it.
The Promise Scholarship, is it still?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, it's still the same.
yeah.
For those of you who don't know or haven't paid attention, public schools have a champion in Charleston. Paul Hardesty is a man of principle, and he is articulate, and he is driven. Did any of you see the one where he put the stacks of books on? He says, these are the rules for public schools. This pamphlet is the rule for private school, and here's a note card, and this is the rule for homeschooling. Literally.
Who is he?
He is the president of the State Board of Education. He is the one who is standing firm, very harshly firm on vaccinations. He's standing very firm on this rulemaking thing that's going on. He's working with, not legislators, he's working with lawyers, you know, ACLU and all that, trying to stop the non-vaccination people. And he is a beast. I don't know if you ever heard him talk or read his about positions in the paper. I send him a card about once a month and say, keep fighting a good fight.
I bet he appreciates that.
I hope so. I've heard that they like, if they're doing a good job, they like.
They don't usually hear that. People don't usually hear that.
And the last thing I have is, and this is, I've been working with our local legislators, our local delegates. From what I have seen, the legislature 2 years ago did a really good thing on this third grade success program. I'm sure are teachers in here?
I mean, I'm a teacher, but I don't teach third grade.
You don't want to teach third grade, but you understand what that?
I haven't.
It was focused on reading. There were certain benchmarks in third grade.
They've gone to scientific reading, going back to phonics, much like Mississippi has and all that, and do much more testing or skills up to third grade. And one of the biggest things they did, they put an aide in every room. The plan was to put an aide in every room, K through 3.
So the funny thing about that, though, is they did the exact same thing as she was saying about the counselors, is they said it was required for kindergarten, first, second, third to have aides and all of them, but then didn't provide any additional funding.
That's my point.
Yeah.
I keep telling these guys, I qualified as a substitute teacher. I'm a retired lawyer. I qualified as a substitute teacher, so I'm in the classrooms now from time to time. And I talk to a lot of teachers. I'm close with a couple of grade school principals, and they really like this third grade thing. It's great. Now, how they got around the funding, at least now, is if you've got 40 kids, you put 25 of them in one room with an aide and put 15 of them in another room without an aide. That's how they try to get around it. But I continually email our 5 people, our 5 delegates here, that they've done something right. They've done something people are happy with if they would just go ahead and fully fund it to get an aide in every classroom. And that's something we talk about, writing letters, and we talk about doing this and doing that. These are our legislators, and the legislative session's coming up. Please fully fund the third grade success program. You've got a winner here. Let's push it across the finish line. And that's just emails. You sit and watch TV and send emails to Bob Fehrenbacher. I'm done.
Well, and I do just want to say, I think that a lot of people are unaware of what the Hope Scholarship is. Because people don't hear, oh, the Hope Scholarship, and think it's something they need to look into. I think it's more knowledgeable, like people have more knowledge about it these days, but I still think there's a lot of people who just don't know what it is or what it's funding. So I think educating people on that is important too, just so they're aware. Okay, thank you.
We're more educated now. Thank you.
And Lisa just said we'll try to have some postcards, like the postcards we have here about third grade success for next month's meeting, so we can also send postcards about it.
What are we doing wrong that we don't have teachers? This room ought to be filled with teachers.
It should be.
You're our spokesperson.
I'm not.
And some counties aren't doing that thing where they're doing the 25 and 15. Like I have a friend that's in Fairmont. They've had aides in classrooms K through 3 for a couple of years now, and they don't do that. So I don't know where their funding is coming from. I don't know why they're doing. I don't know. So that might have been a county decision for us. You know what I mean? That maybe they put that money to other places. Yeah, I think everybody knows having an additional adult in any classroom is going to make it more successful. I mean, those littles, you know what I mean? They're just bumbling around, so having another adult in there makes a huge difference.
Okay, we have an update from Eric about climate action.
Thank you.
I will make this very, very quick. I have about 5 minutes here on the schedule, and I'll keep it under that. So what I asked Brad to do this evening, I really appreciate him doing that, is to bring up a map. This is at map.purpleair.com. And these are our currently deployed air quality monitors that we have out right now. And actually, Mid-Ohio Valley Climate Action, Brad, if you can zoom out just a little bit to show like the broader Wood County area. Perfect. Excuse me, you can see they're kind of concentrated in this northwest corner of Wood County. This is what we've been able to deploy so far. So we didn't actually deploy the one in Marietta, although I think that's one of our members. Same over here out in toward where DuPont is. But all of these through here in the middle are ones that we've deployed in the last couple of months. And including my house is on here. There should be one more, but my wife's mother keeps unplugging hers for some reason. We may have to relocate that one to someone who's a little more passionate about air quality monitoring. But we have these set up really well. But when you go out into the broader Wood County, we're missing a lot of areas to the east and to the south and to the southeast. So if any of you here tonight, first point I want to make, if any of you here tonight live out in the broader Wood County area to the east toward Ritchie County, or down to the south toward Jackson County, we could definitely, or to the southeast like Work County, we definitely could use more in that broader area where we don't have coverage in Wood County. We really want to just cover Wood County with these monitors. And so what you're seeing here, Brad, if you'll click on just any one of them, any one of those you see, that's perfect. And that one is actually out at my mom's property along the Little Canal River. But you can see that this is monitoring PM 2.5, which is particulate matter 2.5, that's less than 2.5 microns across. This is the stuff that when you inhale it can get very deep into the lungs and affect respiratory and pulmonary health very directly. And so right now, there are color-coded levels down here. So the green and yellow are kind of where you want to be. Orange and red, you don't really want to be there very long. They're not hyper dangerous. Purple and brown, you shouldn't even be outside without a N95 high quality mask or a respirator, especially brown. And so we're tracking broad trends. This is 10-minute averages that it tracks what's going on. And all of this data is being fed to people at the West Virginia Citizen Action Group who are monitoring this data over weeks and months and years to figure out trends. Are there times of day, times of week, certain months of the year, whatever, where air quality is consistently worse? Are there areas of West Virginia especially, which is where West Virginia Citizen Action Group's data is focused, that are worse than others? And there are. And especially along the Ohio River, they were trying to get a lot of coverage. So we're really trying to help in Wood County. Now, the other issue, some of you have given me your information to receive air monitors on the Ohio side of the river. We have not been able to come up with grant funding yet to cover that. We've applied for, or are trying to apply for grant funding from a group called the Story of Stuff, which is a plastics educational awareness campaign that helps with things like air quality monitoring. We're trying to secure funding from them. We have not been able to do that yet. However, in West Virginia, we have been able to secure more grant funding from the West Virginia Rivers Coalition. And so we will be ordering at least 5 more air quality monitors. And I still have, I think, 3 to 4 available right now that need deployed, and the one at my wife's mother's that needs redeployed. Where we could get some more citizen scientists. The other thing about this is you can actually go to this site and at map.purpleair.com and order a monitor for yourself directly from this site. Now they're approximately $250 to $300 typically. Thank you, that's perfect. So this classic one right here is what you see most of, the 239. We may also be deploying the Flex. I think we're deploying the Flex at 289 because the Flex also tracks a form of volatile organic compounds. And when those volatile organic compounds reach a certain concentration, especially if it's consistent, that's definitely no good. So these monitors are tracking that as well. The more expensive ones are tracking that as well, and that's what the grant funding is securing. And these things, you can see the little bracket on the back of it. We just screw or zip tie that into or onto a permanent feature of your home or something where it's not going to be destroyed. And you start monitoring there. And so we actually, when we set it up for you, we actually make sure that you get out on that map that you just saw and start reporting data. Now you can also report on the public map, but also kind of scramble your data if you're worried about someone finding your exact address, which really they're not going to be able to do with this. But we can kind of make it look offset on the map from where you actually are if you're worried about someone using it to track you or something. Shouldn't laugh, that could be a problem. But we can do that. So, we encourage folks who take them to make sure that they get on the map and that they're publicly reporting their data so that it can be tracked consistently. And like I say, we're trying to cover Wood County. So if any of you here tonight are more to the east of Wood County, toward Ritchie, toward Worth, toward Jackson, east and south, I would like to hear from you, get your address, help get one deployed from you, deploying throughout Wood County. This is a big project that MOVCA is working on right now. We have a lot of other things in the work, but I'll save that for another time. And that's just really what I wanted to point out tonight. Sorry to the Ohio folks. We just have not secured that funding and been able to deploy on that side of the river yet. We're working on it. We will get to you. But in the meantime, if you can afford it and want one, you can come out here and purchase one of your own. And if you get one and you want to contact me or contact MOVCA, we'll come help you set it up and get it on the map. So that's what I wanted tonight. Thank you.
Are you going to be here after the meeting if people have questions?
Yep, I'll be here.
Because I have questions.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to reference the papers that were at your table that Kim made up for this coming into election season. It's hard to believe, isn't it? It's like, what the heck? But it is, and it's coming fast. And we are wanting to start planning, coming up with a strategy on how we can support election season, whether it's get out the vote, whether it's voter registration, and candidate education, voter education. And so if you have ideas on that, catch one of us, let us know. We'd love your input. But on the tables are information, a lot of information about West Virginia and local elections. The deadlines are coming up. Did you get any Ohio info yet? So if you have questions, there's a lot on there, and you're going to have a lot more questions. If you're interested or you know somebody that's interested in running, let us know so that we can hook that person up with people that have either run before. There's several of us in the group that have run before, some successfully, some not. But nevertheless, we had that experience, and so we can help you get started. And so if you know somebody that could use some encouragement, we'd love to talk to them. We'd love to talk to them. Do you have anything else you want to say about that, Kim?
Yeah. We're probably going to have
Get Kim up here.
a training online via Zoom for people who are interested potentially in running.
Yeah. Get up here so people can see you.
See that hair.
Yeah, we got to show off the hair, Kim.
Okay. So we're looking into having a candidate training, or people that are not candidate training, just more like information. If you're thinking about running for office, or you just want to know more about how the whole process works and the various things that are on the ballot, like you might have noticed county executive committee, it says 48, and you're going, 48? Am I going to be voting for 48 people? No, you're going to be voting for 2, because there's only 2 per district. But there's 24 districts. Okay, so you won't see all 48 names on the ballot. You'll see hopefully 2. If somebody's interested in being a candidate, we're going to try and do a Zoom where we have someone from Ohio that can address Ohio's rules, and someone, probably me, on the West Virginia side that can get into all this inside baseball stuff for people that are thinking about running for office, or just maybe you want to be a poll worker, you don't know how that works, you don't know how the political parties work, because that's governed by state law. So, you know, people have questions about this stuff. So I think we'll try and have a training before, before the middle of January, okay? And that's all.
Thank you, Kim. It's time. Oh, I got a question.
We do have one member in Ohio who has already been knocking on doors, and what he's doing is handing out a small copy of the Constitution and asking people if they're registered to vote, and if not, he is taking the paperwork with him and registering them to vote. That's in Ohio. So he has talked to us about getting more people to do that. So that's a great way of, especially getting people registered.
It is. Thank you. Okay. Issues and actions. We've already talked a little bit about some local issues. What we'd like is your input and your opportunity to let us know what your local issues that you value are, so that we can come up with a strategy to help address them, get people in here to talk about them, and plus it's good to understand where everybody's at on the importance of all the issues that we're all facing. And I know we are inundated with federal issues all the time. That's what we see on the news all the time. But all politics is local. And so one of the best ways to get people involved is to talk about local issues that they know about. And you all, I'm sure, have issues that you know about that we don't know about. So I'm asking the people here on the ends to pass some cards down. We've got some cards for you to write on. And if you would, group up, either turn around to the table behind you so you can have a little group to discuss among yourselves. And that way you have a chance to talk to each other about it. And then fill out your card. And then we'll maybe have, if we have time, we'll try to have a report out. But we got to make sure we have time for bingo, okay? So we got to keep our eye on the prize. And so we'll see how our time goes on this. What do you think? We're at clock, right? We're at 7:20. How long are we planning for bingo? 5 minutes.
No.
Oh, we're going to have more cards next time then.
10 minutes at the most for me.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
I was going to say we could do it next month.
No. If you're here, you're here. Let's go. How long you have?
5 minutes.
Oh, here. I'm turning the mic up. You have to get in front of the camera to keep out of trouble.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm very sorry for not being here at the start of the meeting. That was completely my fault, but I appreciate your patience. I will not take up much of your time. I have a couple of visual aids that I'm going to show you as well. But yeah, I asked Brad to share some slides about how to get video that could be used for a news package, and I realized that may not apply to every single person in this room. I realized that I'm casting a wide net, but I am here to ask for those of you who are in the room that might be interested in that to come talk to me after. I have been doing, thank you very much. I have been doing news style packages, which by that I mean videos about some of our bigger protests. For example, our Labor Day protest and No Kings 2. And
which one of the videos she did is on our YouTube channel. It's actually the most viewed video on our YouTube channel. She did great.
The
And the reason I'm talking about news style package video is because Amanda, in contrast, is going to be talking about social media style. And those are two very different animals, and I want to talk about this side of things. So to get video that could be edited to send to, say, WTAP after an event, you'll want to get horizontal video. I should have brought my phone up. But by that I mean you're going to hold your phone long ways. So just like thank you, Kim. I appreciate the visual aid over here. Excellent. So that is the way that you would want to have your phone oriented if you were to be picked up by a media outlet. This is called a gimbal. You'll see that Amanda also has one of these. Actually, stole your idea, Amanda, and got myself one, and it's really coming handy. It is not just a tripod. You can also operate your phone by using the modes on here, like buttons to start recording, stop recording, and take still photos and things like that. So it's really coming handy for our event coverage. And there is a little bit more to interviewing someone on camera. And again, if this is something you're thinking about doing, I would love to talk to you about interview skills. But if you get video of people talking on camera, trying to have them looking at the interviewer and not the camera, it's very tempting for them to want to look at the camera. It's only natural. But try to redirect them to you, the person speaking to them. And then, yeah, frame the subject, the person that you're interviewing, either to the left or to the right, and maybe get some variety if you get multiple interviews. We have one person be on the left, one person on the right. I only say that because for editing purposes, it will make for a more visually stimulating video. Okay, here's an example. This is from our Labor Day protest. And you'll see that in editing, I added the person's name and where they are from and their title, which in this case was just protester. And yeah, so this is just kind of in the style of how someone like WTAP would present this video. And audio is the other side of an interview. And I want to show you this lav mic or a lavalier mic that I think I got for maybe 20 bucks. And it's surprisingly good quality. And it just plugs into my phone. And then I have one mic, and the person I'm interviewing has the other mic. And they're clipped to each of us. It's me, the person interviewing them, and the subject. And yeah, it's worked better than I would have thought for 20 bucks. And yeah, just some tips for audio. You want to, if you don't have access to a lav mic, just like stay close to them. Your iPhone will get decent quality, and you can do a little bit with editing. There's only so much that editing can do, but a little goes a long way. And also, I learned this the hard way at one of our protests. I forget which one, but try to veer your subjects away from loud noises in the background. Okay, that is all I've got. I know that this is a lot of technical stuff, and it may not be the most interesting thing, but if it is interesting to you, I want to talk to you after, so come see me. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for all those good tips. We can use those with the fam too, you know? All right.
Yeah. Do you have it already up there ready? All right. Mine's just going to take just a couple minutes. Brad's getting the...
Well, I mean, we don't have to have a slide. What we're going to do is what I said before. We're going to turn around, talk to each other, get to know each other a little better. And if you guys would turn around a bit, turn around.
Amanda had something to say about social media.
Yeah. I've got a couple minute thing.
Oh, I thought it was just, okay, I'm sorry. We'll get there eventually. I know we will.
I'm only going to be a couple minutes. All right. Yeah, I'll take the clicker. Okay, so I'm going to talk about live streaming, specifically Facebook, because I'm going to assume most of us have Facebook. Now, you can even see on my phone, I'm live streaming on TikTok right now. You can see how I've got it faced. Now, when you're on Facebook and you go to make a post, if you look, when you go to make a post, you're going to see where it says live video. Now, how do I do this? I'm going to break it. Which button, Brad?
Tech support.
Tech support.
Tech support needs tech support.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Now, as soon as you hit the live stream button, your camera's going to automatically come on. I've got my phone sitting on my bed so that it's black and you don't see anything. The background's going to make this easier to see. You're going to have, the first thing you want to do is go up and you want to make sure your settings to where it can be viewed however you want it, whether you want it public or if you just want your friends or if you're playing around with it and you just want to see if you can figure it out. You can hit only me, but you got to make sure you hit save afterwards. And then when you, I went backwards. All right, okay. All right, and then once you hit save, the next thing you want to do is make sure you put some type of a description in so people know what it is. And once you're done with that, you just hit go live. I mean, there's all these different little options over to the side and stuff, but you really don't need to mess with a lot of those. When you hit go live, you'll know you're live because there's going to be a red square up at the top and it'll show however your privacy is. And then whenever you're done, you just click that finish button at the bottom. And then the screen will pop up like that where it's ending the live broadcast. And then you'll get like this little report thing come up. You don't really need to do anything with that, but you can just hit done. I mean, there are some options, but really, main thing, you want to make sure you're viewing your setting to where people can see it if you want them to be able to see it, and you want to have a description on it. But yeah, that's really it. If anybody has questions, there are some social media you can live stream on, some you can't, but if anybody has questions, just see me after the meeting. Back to Trish. Bingo time.
It's amazing how much engagement we get from our live videos. What's the biggest one we've had? Biggest audience, biggest number of views we've had?
I'm not sure, because I'm live streaming right now on like 4 different things.
Oh, I put you on the spot. Anyway, it's in the hundreds, though. We'll end up with hundreds of people viewing the video live, or they'll view it later. It's remarkable, really. Okay. Anybody else before we do our exercise? It's I'm kind of deflated about it now, but you're gonna revive it by all your energy. All right. If you guys would turn around, so you guys all can talk to each other. We're gonna discuss local, state, federal issues in a way to help prioritize what we're worried about most, and put your personal feedback on the card. Okay? And if we have time, we'll do a little report out. I think we will. Let's spend about 15 minutes doing this, okay? You guys turn around and talk to the people behind you. That's an easy way to talk to people maybe you don't know already. Yeah. I know nobody likes to move. So if you just have to turn around, that's not quite as bad. And if you guys could kind of huddle up back here, you anti-social backbenchers back here.
Hey, we've got a decent turnout. We had snow yesterday, so we really weren't sure what to expect. So how many people got here? I counted 40. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, have at it. thank you for responding. For some reason, it's not letting me send responses to text, or not text, but yeah, TikTok's not letting me respond to the messages.
I hope so. Yeah.
We have like 40 people here. I really didn't expect this many people because of the weather. While they're finishing it up, I'll show you guys the Indivisible swag. Two. T-shirt. Had to get it all.
So they supposedly.
I was actually reading off her
Better the guys. So
Okay, let me adjust this so people can see it. There we go. I'll show you guys too. I forgot to show the rest of them. We got our merch, we got the shirts, the tote, and I can adjust this a little better. I know with our lights on, it's a little hard to see that, but I'll try to. There, I got it adjusted.
anything will be less
Brief announcement, the cake has been cut. The cake has been cut.
Yeah, and they're all that about this. Yeah, Marianne wants to know if we need anything for snacks.
Yes, Rachel. Yeah, this is the merch from this order.
Yeah, I don't have any veggies. Bring some veggies.
One of the guys that works at Well School.
Absolutely, it's probably more important. You know, you've got to
I work for John School Systems. You can start out.
yeah, so you hit
I used to, that was the
I'm not sure. I'll ask. I'm going to say yours is, I think there was one that was for Katie Craddock. So the order is here.
I got mine. This one. I know. Where do you? Welcome back. So do you go to the board? Did you just put your
I heard you say
Yeah. This actually worked out pretty
Well, and I think the whole pretense of being about drugs is not just saying that it's really going after
Rachel, is there anybody you want me to? Okay, Rory can come pick it up tonight if there's enough time. We're going to be here. How far away are you? We'll be here for a little bit after the meeting's over, cleaning up. If you want to come down. Oh, yeah, you're in Belfry. Come on down. Hey, Rachel, make sure Roy grabs you a piece of cake.
Okay. You back your chicken. Oh,
Everybody says someone brought a cake as a welcome back for Trish.
Any big that I didn't get past Canada.
Okay, this is your 1 minute warning. Say what you want to say fast. Does anybody have anything that they really want to speak about? that we may not be aware of, that we need to be aware of without seeing your card? You have something?
Give him a mic.
Hold on, I'm bringing the mic. Of course, that game show guy that brings the mic, Johnny Carson.
Well, one of the things that we were talking about, so we went local, state, federal, and we got a lot of stuff actually on the more the state level, and the data center issues that are coming up across the state and how to fight them, along with Washington County and Ohio with the ejection wells that I think is notable. And there's some meetings coming up in, there's one in Marietta coming up in this month. Do you? Okay. So Supreme Court, state Supreme Court and vaccines in the schools, Morrissey, of course, and our National Guard folks. And then broadband issues. Where's the broadband that's supposed to be coming to our state, and where's where is that right now? And then of course everything at the federal level. Nothing specific.
That's good. That's good. Anybody else have anything they want to convey? Any light bulbs go off?
I'm very concerned. I'm not a citizen of Parkersburg, but I'm really concerned what's going on in Parkersburg with the sanitation workers and the recycling program. I was so jealous of Parkersburg when we moved here into Wood County.
It was the rule of state.
Yeah, and then we've just gone so far backwards, it's not even funny.
That's sad. That's sad.
Oh, I guess there's going to be a public hearing.
They're trying to get it.
They're trying to get one. It's they had we had like an informal one. These were the issues I just threw up here that I knew about with the Parkersburg City Council, the sanitation department, the new rental property inspection ordinance that they're trying to get approved. That right now is on their agenda for a first vote at the next meeting. I don't know how many of you are interested in the schools. The Wood County schools had a Board of Education audit. They paid Deloitte, I'm not sure, I think it was maybe Perry and Associates. Paid them a lot of money to audit the secondary schools. And I recommend you read that. You will be shocked and appalled, I'm sure, like I was. And hopefully we can get some good candidates to run for Board of Education. And the injection wells in Washington County. And I'm going to try to get to the injection wells slide. Where'd it go? Where'd I hide it? There it is. It looks like there's a public meeting December 16th. I don't know the location. Do we have a location on the injection well?
Washington State.
The same place it was the last time?
No. This is Washington State.
Oh, Washington State instead of the, okay.
Yeah.
Not the high school. All right.
There's an auditorium there, like when you pull in, there's an auditorium.
Kind of a roundy building.
I think. And yeah, I remember correctly, it'll be in the auditorium.
To the right when you pull in?
To the left.
To the left. Okay. I highly recommend you go. It's an important issue for anybody that lives up and down the Ohio Valley. It's really, really important. And if you don't understand, if you don't know about injection wells, come and they do a really good job of explaining the issues. And they've done a really good job of fighting this. It's a tough one. It's very, very tough. But yeah, anybody that drinks water up and down the Ohio River should care about this.
What time is that?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Thank you.
We will try to send that out, across our social media. So once we'll get a flyer or something, and then we can go ahead and get that out so people can get it on their calendar. Do you guys appreciate that? if there's an event like that going on, that we put it out on, post it on our social media, so you're for awareness. That's good to know, because I worry about spamming people, you know. That's good to know. Okay. You just might as well stay up.
Yeah, exactly.
We're getting better, though. We're getting better. Now it's time for pass in your cards, and we'll get ready for bingo. Oh, I had them up there. I can find those. Okay, and then you can make the upcoming events that I have on here as we're getting ready. The Wood County Dems have their executive committee meeting this Thursday at 6:30. The important one on here for West Virginia folks, we finally were able to get the kitchen table tour to come to Wood County after watching them go everywhere else in the state. And they'll be here on the 8th. That's Monday at Worthington Golf Course Clubhouse.
What is that?
The handful of Democratic legislators are traveling around the state, listening. It's a listening session to, I think, to get issues and to talk to people. I haven't seen an agenda for one of these, but they have traveled the state, and I was hoping they would come here. And so apparently they were able to. The Wood County Dems were able to lure them in. So I'm planning to be there, and I have a few things on my mind I want to tell them. And then Wood County Dems are also having a party, a social at the Net on the 11th. And I'm going to try to be there too. The next meeting is at the UU basement on the January 7th. And we'll have all the holiday fun behind us, so hopefully we'll have a big turnout. So update your calendar. Or follow our calendar.
I am.
Which I will say, our calendar is in the link tree as well.
Is it on? Okay. Looks like some people are still making out their cards. No beans this time. It was too hard to keep track of beans. So just mark through. If you get it, mark it. And we'll use the same card to play at least 2 games. So horizontal line first time, and then second time, vertical, something like that. Yeah, beans were a pain. I'll give you 2 minutes to fill out your cards, because I know some of you haven't done it yet.
We passed them.
Awesome.
Right?
better than I was.
Were you sick?
Andy. Just wanted to have something.
Nancy. Emily's mother. God, Emily had her
It's your dog.
Yeah, I thought it was laying up there in the chair. Thanks for it. To get it delayed.
No, I did not.
Well, no, I hold on. Yeah, and then I never moved, and I thought, he was so good.
No, I mean,
No, I'll let him
yes, I'm free. That's my mom.
That's right. That's
It'd be amazing to get 1,500% off pens.
Okay. Huh? You doing okay?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Doing good.
I'm glad to see you here.
Okay, we ready to go? Yeah. Ready to do this? Alrighty, make sure you got a pencil or a pen in hand. Alright, and then of course your center square is your free, what is that, $1,800 off or something?
$1,500.
Is that the amount that our drug prices are gonna to go down?
Yeah,
Down?
right.
Okay, so that's your free.
Okay.
First one is M, escalators. P, Department of Education. T, Christy Nome. R, Qatar Jet. Another M, paper towels. You know, we've had enough shit happen in the last couple of weeks. We're going to have all new. Honestly, I didn't have time to make it out.
100 text messages.
Yeah. T, Melania. Oh, and when you get 5 across, you yell impeachment. Forgot to tell you that if you haven't played before. Another R, Department of War. M, groceries. Another M, orange. P, peace on day one.
Please.
Repeat.
Oh, peace on day one.
under P. U, perfect MRI.
Yeah, do you know what one?
P, Nobel Peace Prize. R, bombing vessels. Bombing vessels. T, Putin. R, tariffs. Another R, nuclear tests.
Impeachment.
All right. What do you have?
I've got C, Melania.
Uh-huh.
R, nuclear test. U, 15,000 off. M, groceries, and E, Department of Education.
Okay. Okay, let's just use that same card and consider what you've marked. I think this is how they did it last time. We'll
Keep
just
going.
Continue to build. Yeah. All right. M, windmills. U, YMCA. M, magnets. U, Doge. P, soybeans.
Impeachment.
All right.
Yay.
Okay, what do you have?
T, Christinome. R, Department of War. U, Doge. M, groceries. P, soybeans.
Okay, very good. All right, one more round?
Sure.
Okay. Again, just keep building. R, meme coin. U, 230 million. I'm not sure what that. I missed the
That's
record.
what we owe him.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's right. He's going to sue us. All righty. R, inflation. T, Biden crime family.
My card's not doing so well.
P, women's freedom.
Is it diagonal as well?
I think so.
Inflation.
Oh,
impeachment.
Impeachment. Oh yeah.
T, Biden crime family.
Uh-huh.
R, Star Jeff.
Uh-huh.
The 1,500% off. N, escalators, and then P, Department of Education.
Okay, very good. You finished here, or any more prizes?
Yeah, we got my prizes.
Okay, want to go again?
Sure.
Yeah, all right, keep building.
Everybody loves it.
All right. Maybe I should preface it with you can only win once.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
Yeah.
P, the big beautiful bill. T, Trump shut down. Another T, RFK Jr.
Impeachment. RFK Jr. R meme coin, 15,000% off. M groceries. P Department of Education.
Okay, great.
Alright. I was down to Cankles. That's all I needed was Cankles. Yep, that's what I was down to.
I know, we just came for our
One more?
Sure.
One more?
Yeah, one more.
Okay, all right. R, gerrymandering. Oh, we've got another impeachment.
All right. Where was it at?
Here. We've got T, RFK Jr., R, gerrymander, U, 1,500% off, M, magnets, and P, lemons to yes.
Okay, I think I wanted to keep you all in an hour, and we are there. So there's one more bag. One more. All right, we have to do this one more time. Gotta get rid of these prizes, these fabulous prizes. You, ice. P, Center for Disease Control.
That's okay.
Is that it? Good? Okay, I want to thank you all for coming and for we didn't run over too much. We didn't run over too long. And hopefully you'll take some time to get to know each other a little bit and grab a snack before you go. And hopefully everybody knows where the next events are and the next fun things too. And I want to thank you all for coming again. I'm Trish Pritchard, and I'm glad to be back home. And I want to thank everybody. I did, as far away as we were, and we were really far away, I still followed the meetings and followed the actions, and you guys did a great job. And I was so proud. I really missed being here, and I was just so proud of everything you guys have accomplished in the 3 months I was gone. I can't thank you enough. It just did my heart good. It really, really did. So thank you all very, very much for all that you have done to grow this organization and to keep making it better. And all of you who have not actually, maybe you're waiting to get involved, please do get involved. Talk to one of us, and we'll give you as much as you want to do. So, thank you all, and we'll see you next month. Have a wonderful holiday.
All right. Thank you guys for watching.